Hey everyone, I hope you can hear me. So I'm going to be doing this video. It's a tutorial. If at all you are into astrology or you're learning astrology, this is something which is very important and a very common question that I keep getting that, I have this 0 degree or 29 degrees planets, in my chart. So yeah, so I just wanted to discuss this because people are having a lot many myths and confusions about these degree planets because we do have the whenever there are planets in 0 degrees or 1 degrees or 29 degrees, so they are on the verge of changing sign or they've just changed signs actually. So that is how, this is the Gandanta also, which is very important, as that I just discussed on a short video on that. That what is the Gandanta, Ashlesha, Cancer, Magha, Leo, Jeshta, Scorpio, Mula, Sagittarius, Revati, Pisces, Ashwini, Aries, transition. So that is from the water energy to the fire energy. So emotional, spiritual knots. That is something which is the between dissolution and ignition. So that is a very different kind of transition. But what if there is a transition between other signs? Okay. So I'm going to be discussing that, and I'm going to be telling you what exactly does it mean if there is a graha. All the grahas I'll be discussing. If there is a graha Surya in 0 degree or 29 degree, what happens? This will be applicable in D9 chart also. Okay, we do have degrees in D9 chart also, if you know. So when 29 degrees we talk about, that is a critical anarchic degree, which means that there is an end of its karmic journey in that sign. It's a matured one. That means that you have got from the past something and now you're going to be your experience. It's like someone who's gained experience of many, many years and knows astrology. Suppose I know, so I'm 29 degrees something. I don't have though, but it means that. So the more the experience, the more the degrees, the higher the degrees, it's like that only. Okay. And that becomes your Atma Karak also, not to forget the Graha, which is on the highest degree plane, it is the Atma Karaka Graha also. So the planet is, if suppose at the 0 degree, so it is like a birth of a new element. On the other hand, it was the end, and this is not the end, I would say, but it is the end of the karmic journey in a way. It's a pressure to complete, sometimes distortion, all that is there, over ripened. But when we talk about birth of an element, it is a 0 degree, so it's a very raw and a naive kind of a energy and frequency of the planet. Though it is very potent, but it's a seed which is just planted, so you're vulnerable. It's that kind of an energy when we talk about 0 to 29 degrees difference. Okay, I hope you understood the basic of that. So these are actually 0 degrees and 29 degree grahas are very, very karmic. Means you have got something really very important from the past life. Remember, there has to be a reason. Even the ascendant, when is at the 0 degree or 29 degrees, it is really, really the two elemental realms that you are connecting with. It is air to water, earth to fire, fire to earth. Means not fire to earth, but from 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So it is like from fire to earth, earth to air, air to water, and then again water to fire. That kind of an energy is the transition. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, and then again next cycle. The next slab is 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so now we are going to be, of course, this is the symptoms I'm going to be discussing. The symptoms basically are there's somebody who has this either or 0 degree 29. They are very emotional people. They will be, fear stricken. They will have mental breakdowns from time to time. They will have some karmic phobias. That is something which is there with both, either your 0 degree planet or, but related to that particular graha, which I will be discussing soon. Then we have in the subconscious mind, you will dream about drowning or snakes or fire, or there is a or accidents, or ancestors. People who get the dreams of their ancestors a lot, you should see their horoscope. There must be something about the Surya's degree on the 0 or higher degree. See, I take from the last 3 degrees 20 minutes as the highest degrees, and first 0 to 3 degrees 20 minutes is the lowest one. That is how we should take. But Gandanta is just for Ghati, so it is like 0 degrees 30 minutes or so 1 degree. Now there can be identity confusion. These people can have identity crisis, identity confusion, or they can also have spiritual redirection. They will commit someone, but they'll not be able to do it. They'll commit that will fulfill this, or the goals. They have set their goals, but they'll not be able to complete it. And then repetitive patterns. I've seen repetitive patterns in these kinds of people who have these degrees. Sudden endings, rebirths, then repeated karma, loops. All this is seen. Then disconnection. You feel you're disconnected from your purpose, your body. You feel you're totally different than the rest of the people. Okay. So the best thing that you people should do who have these kind of degrees, you actually should engage in more of japa. Japa means relevant mantras. And to balance the energies, you should do deep danam. Deep danam is to light, suppose 1100 diyas, lamps, or tea lights, or whatever, to in the temple. Abhishekams related to the planet. You can do the sarpana karma or something, you have to work on that. Especially if you have it in the Gandanta from water to fire, Ashlesha to Magha, if you have any grahas, suppose in these 0 degree or 29 degrees, suppose Ashlesha 29 degrees above, or Magha you have any graha. So you must actually perform some kind of abhishekam to the Sarpa or to Shiva. So that is Om Namo, Om Namah Shivaya chants. And when it is Jyeshtha Mula, then it is ancestral release. So Om Namo Narayanaya. That is on Mahamrityunjaya mantra. You should recite and you should do the abhishekam to Lord Vishnu. Okay. Then it is Revati and Ashwini. Now, this is rebirth and health. I'm not saying that I'm discussing only these, but I'll be discussing the rest also. So Revati Ashwini is like, something has to die and then something comes up. And Ashwini is health, right? So you should actually, do the Ashwini Kumara Stotram. Or you should also, you can do something related to Surya. Because Ashwini Kumars are the sun's children. Now, if you want to balance the energies, if you have in other earth elements, suppose, so you need to finish what you started, what is pending. That is something which will help you clear your karma, whatever is pending. Suppose it is at 29 degrees especially. So you can do fasting or rituals like homam or gardening. Even gardening you can do. Okay. Then at 0 degrees, pause before action, because they are very impulsive people. 0 degree means you're very impulsive. So you definitely have to pause and, you have to help others. You try to help others or cleanse yourself, meditate, just relax before getting into anything. Suppose you have to take a journey also, no? You must be rested because you will be doing last minute packing. You're that kind of a person. Okay. Avoid launching major decisions, especially if you have anything to do with this. Major decisions impulsively you should avoid. You must actually depend on the spiritual angle, spirituality. Okay. So now as per, I wanted to share about, what is important here is as per Gemini Sutras, I wanted to share, Gemini and Nari text, they say these are the junction points. These are the junction points as karmic gates. So when you have any of these grahas here, you actually have your soul fragments or ancestral karma. So if you have anything to do with your lagna or chandrama, so your life will revolve around intense transition points from time to time, especially if you're in the dasha also of those many grahas. Okay. So you need to be very careful about your mental setup with this. Okay. Now, coming to the grahas, if they are in 0 or 29 degrees, suppose it's sun at 0 degrees or some minutes. Okay. Now, the soul is learning to express its ego, its authority, its identity in a new frequency. Now, this person will feel uncertain about leadership or their core self-image. So this will form, clarity about dharma and life direction. This is that kind of energy where you need to strike a balance. What is your dharma? What is your life path? You need to understand that first. Then you will be able to make right kind of decisions. Okay. Also, we have to check if there is this sun energy in the 29 degrees. So 29 degrees means that this is going to be making you quite egoistical or overconfident from time to time. You feel pressured all the time, that I have to do this, I have to do that, or you want, you really want that kind of, what do you call that, validity, from others, validity, identity, you have that identity crisis. You need that sense of recognition all the time because sun is matured here. Sun is overconfident here. Now he's mastered everything. Now he needs, oh, I'm the best. That kind of, a feeling, or you can say that kind of emotion is predominant. What if moon is at 0 degrees? Okay. Now, see, I'm not covering houses. People are asking now, what about the houses things? I'm not doing that. I'm simply just sharing with you if you have any of the grahas in these degrees, how it could be, how it is going to turn out. Okay. Emotional identity is raw if it is at 0 degrees. Remember, I've explained what is 0 degrees. It is just a baby. 29 degrees is a vriddha. Vriddha means old man who's experienced. That's the major difference. Now, when we talk about moon, you're emotionally very sensitive. You will, like, smallest of the thing will trigger you. It's like a newborn psyche. So the person will absorb feelings from others. They may struggle to name their own needs or comfort zones. They will not be expressive also. They will not be able to express. If it is moon in the 29 degrees, suppose, or above, then what is it? That means you're very rigid. You're very stubborn, too fixed. No, I said that it has to be done. So you may feel emotionally exhausted, karmically repeating old maternal patterns. You'll be doing what your mother used to do, your grandmother used to do. So the women counterparts will play out a very important role in your life. Mother figures or women, especially. Okay. What if Mars is at 0 degrees? Okay. Now, this is 0 degrees means immature warrior. He's just joined to, he's just learned to fight and now he is sent to the war. What will be the case? The person may lack boundaries. He may rush impulsively or hesitate to assert himself or herself. Can be passive aggressive, unsure of how to direct the energy. He has energy. He's young, but no idea how to use this. desire, aggression, willpower, all these are fresh, very fresh and immature. And 29 degrees, oh, I know everything, I know it all. High voltage drama. They can be overly aggressive and reactive. And they're prone to burnout or accident prone also. There are karmic anger is there. Then, there is a lot of woundings are there. They really go through a lot. These people, especially mentally, they feel that they have to deal with so many things. Maybe, they are into some kind of police or those kinds of professions I've seen with higher degrees of Mars. So they can be into army, navy, or police or something like that. And then they have war memories also. Okay. So you need to avoid internal combustion, first of all. There is something which is lacking in you, which you need to really, that less confidence now. You're not too confident about yourself. What if Mercury is at 0 degrees? Now your communication style is just forming. It's in the formation zone. It is not formed yet. So this person may either stutter or may rethink or overanalyze or criticize himself or herself, or they are absorbing vocabulary of the new sign. They have just entered it. So they can be brilliant but scattered. Their energy is scattered. Their communication skills are scattered. They're just learning. Okay. Remember, 0 degree, isn't it? So it's like, it is carrying the energy of the previous sign, and now it is trying to bring it forward to this particular zone, the new zone. 29 degrees covered the whole sign. It has already covered the whole sign, not in the case of retrogrades and Rahu Ketu. Remember, it's not the case for retrogrades and Rahu Ketu. If you have a Saturn at 29 degrees, remember it is going to be going backwards and can be fallen also to the previous sign. So there's a difference. So retrogrades, I might just make a separate video. Now with Mercury at 29 degrees, he's very sharp. This person is very sharp, or maybe sometimes overused. So overthinking rather, okay? Can be sarcastic, can be very sarcastic, can be rigid in their speech. No, what I've said, it has to be done. He's the prince, no, after all. And he's that prince who is experienced. So it's all karmic, Shweta. Whatever we get, it's all karmic. Not just the degrees, but everything. Everything is meticulously planned by the universe. So don't even think about your horoscope that it is bad or it's good or why I have got this. No, it's all karmic. But when we talk about 29 degrees Mercury, there can be karmic issues with siblings, writing, scholars. Maybe you are in the past life you were a trickster, so you got this. If you want to understand, see, nobody is going to verify it. What is there in the past life? What were you in the past life? Okay, I know people will start criticizing me again, but who's going to go and verify it? Of course, there are karmas. We can see what exactly were we in the previous life also. We can get to know. But, nobody's going to go and verify. I can cook up any story and give it to you, until unless you experience it yourself. There are reincarnations. There are people who are who remember also their past lives. There are past lives, undoubtedly. Being an astrologer, then I'm not an astrologer if I don't agree upon that. But who's going to go and verify? If somebody is giving you, cooking up a story and telling you, until unless you yourself are experiencing it, it's a crap. For me, it's a crap. It's just a money-making machine, business. Wrong. Again, wrong karma. Now, what if Jupiter is at 0 degree? Now, here, Jupiter is weak. Jupiter is our faith, our belief, our guidance, our higher meaning. Correct? Now, this is weak. It is tender. You feel overwhelmed by options or spiritual doubt, often idealistic but naive, because you are at 0 degrees. Your knowledge is at 0 degrees. You are not wise enough. You've just started to learn the lessons. How can you be a guru? Isn't it? Now, 29 degrees, guru is closing a chapter. This person may feel delusioned. Okay. He's disillusioned with the spiritual paths, with ethics, whatever you can call it. But he is carrying a karmic burden, big karmic burden related to religion, guru, teacher, law. Okay. So needs to give back, actually. Needs to give back or pass on the wisdom before moving forward. Okay. See, when a graha is retrograde, remember, it is moving backwards. So if it is at 29 degrees, it is not going to go to the next sign. It is going back, means there is a karma left in that particular zone. So that is why from 29 degrees, it will go back to 28, 27, 26, and then we'll start moving forward again after getting direct, no? That means there is something left. He has not learned his lesson. Jupiter is going to again learn the lessons, the path, the ethics. He's not learned it till now. That is why any graha which is moving in reverse means that it is, or if it is 0 degrees, suppose, then it is moving backwards to 0, and then it moves back to 1, and then 2 is 0 degrees. So it is going to be fallen. It is going in the previous sign. Okay. So what if Venus is there? Okay, I've done Jupiter, right? So Venus. So if Venus is, because from 0 degree, it will go back to Mercury's nakshatra. Now, what if Venus is at 0 degrees? Okay. See, first of all, they are, their capacity for love and enjoyment is pure. Okay. But untested. Okay. Their curiosity in relationship is indecisive. They feel that, you know, they are, they fall in love, you know, it's like with anyone and everyone, that kind of a feeling. Infatuated, as we say, the inexperienced. So what happens? They're very intense in physical relationships. They are very quick to the luxuries. They get attracted more to the material realms. Okay. Now, if it is 29 degrees Venus, then it is different. There is intense longing or for unresolved romance, you know, from past lives. They're just over attached or closing of heart. That is something they're looking forward to. They love karma, you know, they love the partner, like too attached. So the pleasure may be bittersweet. It could be bittersweet. You have to test, you know, before release in love and beauty. See, there is, I'm just thinking also because, you know, higher degrees Venus is someone who's actually, you know, who's very lustful also, I've seen. The ones who are not just 0 degrees as well as 29 degrees. They always are, because that sign, you know, they're leaving and going. So they are always anchoring to that particular, they are very attached to that particular zone. Suppose it is first house Venus and is 29 degrees. So you're very self-obsessed, or you're very lustful, or you're very attached to the material, or you're always looking forward to growth. You want that success. You're always comparing. Oh, that person is doing well, I'm not. So it is always a vacuum. It brings in that vacuum, 29 degrees Venus. It brings in vacuum. Okay. Now, what if Saturn is at 0 degrees? So the soul is taking on fresh responsibilities, no? It's just started. So there is a fear of failure. There's a fear of commitment. There is a fear of discipline. If I I'm not disciplined, I'll have problems. If I am disciplined, I might just have problems. So hard lessons start young. If you have a Saturn 0 degrees, you start working early. You become very matured fast. If it is 0 degree Saturn, remember. Now 29 degrees, an old soul. It's completely different. Old soul. So Saturn here is completing a karmic contract. There may be delays, there may be ancestral burdens, there may be a need to fulfill duties before liberation. So often shows someone with deep wisdom but tested until the end. Okay. You have a lot to do still. Now, what if Rahu is at 0 degree, if someone was asking? So Rahu is the one who makes the soul ravenous. That is, beginning a new cycle of desire and material hunger. Always remember, Rahu brings you to the world, Ketu takes you from the world. Now, if it is 20, see 0 degrees, it is not moving at 0 degrees. No, it is going backwards and coming to the previous sign. If it is 29 degrees, it is moving in reverse in the same sign. Now, it is different, no, in Rahu Ketus and retrogrades. It is just the opposite. So when Rahu is at 0 degrees, a person is very experimental, is very curious kinds. It's like, childlike energy. You feel that, you're very deeply attracted to the unknown. So I've seen very good astrologers at 0 degrees or 29 degrees. Very, very good astrologers. Now, when you have a 29 degrees Rahu, you will be very obsessive. You'll be very delusional. You can be, those kinds who are very illusioned. And there can be a lot of spiritual, exhaustion. You're very tempted to the spirituality. Okay. Hey, everyone. So the turning point is that that worldly attainment that you're looking for, you need to move away from it, because from there the Rahu is going down 29, 28. So you have that opportunity to exhaust your karma. You have that opportunity to get away. It's like Ketu energy, I would say, if it is Rahu 29 degrees, remember, because now it is taking you away from the material growth and material comforts. That is a remedy, actually, if you ask me. So you should just move away from the materialistically inclined you, and you should just move in the other direction. That is doing things spiritually. Now, what if Ketu is at 0 degrees? Ketu here detaches you early. It says, just like Rahu at 29 degrees. Similar. So your spiritual tendencies may arise from a young age. You might just be, going in for, maybe you're born in that kind of a family where, there are pujas and all those things are happening. The rituals are happening from the childhood. I've seen in the south of India, especially, you will see the Ketu energy very, very strong, because they start chanting the mantras from a very young age. Okay. So that is why, you must actually see the examples, see who has. Now start studying on these. This is a research. So if you have anybody having a Ketu at 0 degrees, just see what is there. They will have a Ganti, in their house also. For sure. Means that they will be doing the rituals, early stages in the house. And also you will see that there will be, psychic sensitivity is very raw. They feel alienated and confused in the material matters. Oh, I don't want this. I'm totally satisfied. Very young, very young. 29 degrees means that, you're carrying a lot of past life realization or wounds. You're really hurt. Maybe, you people are, this is not Rahu energy, mind you. it says that you're more closer to the moksha, renunciation. You're just trying to complete the cycle of birth and death. You're closer to that. If it is 29 degrees, Ketu, it's that kind of an energy. So powerful. Okay. So this is what it can give you spiritual finality, actually. Okay. So 0 degrees. So just let's talk about it now quickly. The ones who have just joined in. So 0 degree Janma karmic threshold, when a planet arrives into a new karma territory, so needs nurturing. Okay. And when it is 29, is the Antya karmic threshold, means towards the end. It's just the end. Okay. And it is the complete cycle, which needs closure. Karmic lesson that needs closure. Okay. So if you have any such planets, do write in the comment section that you have these kinds of planets in your chart and how this is matching up with you. Do let me know, please, because this really helps me understand and whatever experience, it adds on to my experience. Okay. Whatever I've learned, it's not complete, right? We can never stop learning. So just let me know. It's a research. Okay? If it didn't match, also you write, please. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed, everyone. That's it.